Starting at the very front, this right here is not. This right here is actually your radar, and what it does is send pulses out at milliseconds. What it does is it knows your speed and the vehicle in front of you speed and the distance in between. If they were to suddenly stop, this radar will detect that, and it actually automatically engages the brakes, and it's designed to mitigate or prevent the impact altogether. It's tied into this forward-facing camera. If you would come here real quick, we're about to take a selfie. I'm kidding, it doesn't do that. The technology's not quite there. But what is cool is it does recognize the image of a human. So if someone was to step out in front of you while you're driving your new truck, basically this camera will recognize that, and it's designed to automatically apply the brakes, and it's designed to mitigate or prevent the impact with that person altogether. This right here, the forward-facing camera also has lane departure warning. So if you start to drift over the mustard or the mayonnaise, it will actually vibrate the steering wheel for 1.5 seconds. Basically, 1.5 seconds, and immediately you look up and your eyes are back on the road. So if you have any distractions when you're driving, whether it was something really cool on the side of the road or you got a text, if your steering wheel starts to vibrate, you know that you're drifting over that lane marker. It also has high beam assist, which controls your LED lights. It takes it from high beam to low beam. So if a vehicle's oncoming, it will actually dim your lights automatically for you. Once that car passes, your high beams come back on. You'll really appreciate that if you live in an area like I do where there's no street lights. Now, as far as the design of the truck, Nissan has their lava red. This is part of the Pro X package. All this right here is lava red. You have a forward-facing camera right here. When you're pulling into the garage, you can actually just activate your camera and be able to see the wall, or maybe there's a tool rack, or whatever it is that's in front of you.
What do you mean activate? I thought, is it different from the off-road stuff?
Well, see, this is a forward-facing camera. You can just hit camera, and it'll automatically come on.
Where's that at?
Right there on the
There's like, no, there's like an actual button.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I'll show you in just a second once we get on the inside. As you can see, they got Frontier written out right here on the very front of the truck. It's a bold front end. It was redesigned from the ground up. It was the same body style from 2006 all the way to 2021, and then in 2022 they come out with this model. It's powered by a 3.8 liter V6 with 310 horsepower, which is the most in its class. So it beats the Tacoma, the Colorado, and the Canyon in power. Come around this way with me. You do have daytime running LED lights. Just increases your visibility whenever you're driving the vehicle. Now with the Pro X model, you have these 18-inch wheels, and they have the black finish on the inside with the lava red cap right here, and then the silver finish on the outside. The vehicle is equipped with TPMS with Easy Fill Tire Alert. So if your front left tire is displaying on the advanced driver display 25 pounds, you pull up to the service station, you air the tire up, the horn is going to beep to let you know the pressure is where it needs to be. So you don't have to sit there and check it with the tire pressure gauge. Now these mirrors are breakaway, so they will break away before they break off. So if you're backing out of the garage and you accidentally clip the wall, this will actually break away before it breaks off. You have your camera right here as well. As the front, the back, and the other side, it gives you the bird's eye effect, which is, it appears that something's above the vehicle about 15 foot looking down, and it helps you see these parking lots. Obviously this person didn't see the parking lots.
So I got a question, because I got asked that on a test drive. I think it was on the road, or I think it was the road. And how does it come up? How does it make it look like
It's a super wide angle camera. So basically this camera right here, it starts right here and just goes straight out, just like that. That's what it's designed to do. It's zoomed all the way out, and this camera, anytime you activate reverse, this camera will automatically engage. So will the front, so will the side, and so will the back. But at any time you can push that camera button. If you're pulling into the garage or just trying to park, you can also hit the camera button twice and see the right side. So that part's pretty cool if you're trying to parallel park. You can see over here you're good, but over there you're trying to see where the curb's at. You can actually see that by pushing the camera button twice. Now, this is the Nissan Intelligent Key. Nissan was the first company with the Intelligent Key, and it's pretty darn neat. In 2002, they put it on the Nissan Murano, and basically, as long as this key is in your pocket, you walk up to the vehicle and you just push lock, just like that. So when you're getting out, going in somewhere, just hit it once, it locks it. Now, as long as this key is within 36 inches of this proximity sensor, you push this button one time if you're by yourself. Just this door unlocks. This one's still locked, and so are the other two. Now, if you have family or friends with you, all you gotta do is hit it twice, and all 4 doors unlock. And on this one, I just heard it, it's the electronic tailgate. But speaking of 4-door, before we get to the back, I wanna show you the actual back seat of the vehicle. This part's pretty darn cool. It's actually pretty roomy for a mid-sized pickup truck. This does raise up just by simply pulling this latch. And you actually have a little cargo tray right here. You can put your work gloves, tools, whatever you have. Now, you do have your center console with your cup holders. That's in the truck as well. And this seat does come forward right here if you do need to put something back here. Your tire jack's also located back here, but you do have Nissan roadside assistance until 2024 on this day, or until 36,000 miles. Now, this part's pretty cool because this is your actual cleats. If you'll come to the back of the truck, I'll show you real quick. So the tailgate has what's called dampen assist, and so it won't fall on you. If your hands are full, so I have a box in my hand, say it was a bigger box, and I walked up and I just push this or pull that like that, it falls and it doesn't slam. I actually went up to one of my friend's truck and went to go let his tailgate down the other day, and it just slammed because I'm so used to the dampen assist that.
What's it called?
Dampen assist. It's located right here in these pieces, and basically it does not let the tailgate slam. It's pretty cool. Nissan was the very first one to the game with that technology as well, and the utility track system. So what you're looking at here, these 3 tracks will hold these cleats. So this right here is pretty darn neat. You literally just spin this to loosen it, lefty loosey, righty tighty. And once you get it loose, lefty loosey, righty tighty. I was literally spinning it to the right. That's funny. All right, so once you get this like that, you can slide these in. You can put them in like this, and then turn it. But the easiest way that I've found that I like to do it is I like to put them in just like this and slide them. But you can virtually tie down anywhere. Instead of the traditional 4 corners, you can tie down anywhere in the bed with these cleats. And this is actually something that comes with the pickup truck as an accessory. Take that out. Now, I do recommend that you maybe put those in that cargo tray under the seat, because if someone sees this in the back of your truck, they might try to take it. It's kind of valuable. It's like a hitch on a truck, unless they're locked down. You know, you just don't want to pull it to a store, go in, come out, and that be gone. You do have a factory spray and bed liner, and you do have LED lights right there. Super bright bed if you're working at night. And you also have an AC outlet located right here. So if you're tailgating and you want to plug in like a Bluetooth portable speaker, you can do that right there, or just charge your cell phone.
How many watts, Jesse, on that plug?
Is it 120?
420 volts and 400 watts of power.
Okay, yeah. 400 watts. Very cool. I'm gonna go ahead and shut this. Before I do, Jess, if you would grab this for me and just shut that tailgate and tell me how light that is. Compared to most tailgates, pretty light,
pretty
right?
light.
Now, this right here is the Class 4 receiver hitch. One thing that I really like about it is the Frontier is the towing capacity. You have up to 6,500 pounds of towing capacity, which is pretty darn good for a mid-sized truck. If you got a bass boat, 19, 20-foot bass boat, something like that, you won't have no trouble at all. You do have in the tailgate right here, or in the bed, you have your blind spot warning, and that's a 10 by 10 square here. Anything in that 10 by 10 square is going to illuminate this indicator right here on the mirror. So this will actually light up, and it'll stay lit up if someone's in that 10 by 10 square. Now, if you put your blinker on and you go to get over, it's going to chirp at you inside the car, and that indicator will flash multiple times, letting you know, hey, don't get over, someone's over there. Another cool thing, when you're putting the vehicle in reverse, there's a big SUV here and a big SUV over there. Whenever you're backing out of that parking spot, this radar, the same as the one in the front that I showed you, is looking 90 foot this direction, and the one on the other side is looking 90 foot that direction. So if anyone's coming from this way, you can't see because of the big SUV, you're backing out blindly, With Nissan Frontier 2022, you're not, because this right here has rear cross traffic alert, and that basically is looking 90 foot that way, and that will illuminate multiple times, letting you know, hey, someone's coming from this direction. And sure enough, you'll see them pass by on this camera located right here. Now, finally, your truck's equipped with the rear sonar sensors, but it's not just rear sonar sensors, it's rear automatic braking. This is exclusive technology to Nissan. When you get within 48 inches of an object, these will activate, and it'll be a beeping sound that you'll hear, and it goes beep, 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 and when it flatlines, you're within 10 inches of whatever the object is, and this will automatically engage the brakes, and it'll actually completely depress the throttle, so you don't have no control over the throttle, and it'll actually activate the brake automatically, and giving you time to take your foot off the gas. Instinctively, you will automatically take your foot off the gas and put it on the brake. It's pretty cool technology, and it might save you a bumper.
So if they are pushing the gas and it gets that close to it, it'll apply the brake pressure?
And it depresses the throttle itself. So you don't have to worry about if you are pushing the gas, well, is the brake gonna override it? It kind of deactivates the gas pedal.
You answered that when we did our video. Remember I asked that same thing?
I always tell people let off the brake and don't push the gas. Like just let it idle.
I did not.
Show it to them.
In my demonstration, that's what I do, and that's where you got that from. I always take everyone out to this cone out here where we separate the wholesale cars from the used cars. I take them to that white cone out there, and that's where I demonstrate that. I let it get into the yellow on the distance judge from the camera, and then that's whenever I let it idle back. You never want to demonstrate that, guys, like right when you crank the vehicle up, because the idle's always high. The RPMs are over 1. What you want to let it do is get to about 3/4 RPM before you start idling back.
I always do it last
But
before we come back.
if you like the outside, you're gonna love the inside. Come have a seat right here. That's good. That's all.
Thank you, Jesse.
I gotta write you something.
Thank you.